Hello everyone, welcome to Multicultural's Community Hour. I'm your host Miriam.
And I'm your second host, Farida. As always, we'd like to give a huge shout out to Multicultural for making this show a reality.
Our topic for today is deciding on a career for your future. We're going to talk about some challenges, some roadblocks that come with deciding on your career and the application process.
So when we're deciding on career paths, we usually, have some factors that determine that. So what are some factors that determined the career paths you chose right now?
For me, when I'm deciding on a career, I usually decide on what I think is best for me, but also I want to do what my parents want, what's best for me as well. So I want to make sure I'm doing something that they are also approving of.
Yes.
So I've been considering law. I have law in my schedule for grade 12, but I think I'm moving more towards medical, somewhere in the medical field because of their expectations for me. The thing is, in my family, since there's 4 of us, I have 3 other siblings, so there's 2 girls, there's 2 boys. What my parents want us to do is that, okay, you're gonna be this kind of doctor, you're gonna be this kind of doctor, you're gonna be a dentist, you're gonna be an optometrist, you're gonna be a physio, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the biggest factor for me, just making sure that it's something that I like and something that my parents also want me to do.
Yeah, same for me as well, because I also want to consider my parents' way of thinking when making my decision. Ever since I was a kid, I've always considered becoming a medical doctor, so it's only grown stronger over the years. So it also has a very economic aspect of it, which is really cool. The guest that will be speaking to us on this topic is Jafar Iqbal. Being a first-year student at University of Manitoba in Winnipeg, Jafar brings a lot of experience in project planning, leadership, and event coordination. His impressive experiences include hands-on roles such as a basketball scorekeeper at Peg City, an event coordinator for Bison Sports, and a summer program facilitator for Healthy Muslim Families. In addition to his professional experience, Jafar has also contributed through his volunteer work with the Manitoba Islamic Association, where he has thrived in managing library activities and organizing events. His achievements are equally notable, including winning a youth grant for Healthy Muslim Families, securing the top position in a spelling bee, and earning accolades in sports and public speaking. Fluent in both English and Urdu, Jafar is a highly motivated individual known for his problem-solving skills and enthusiasm for constant learning. We are thrilled to have him here today and look forward to hearing more about his experience. Thank you for your time today. Jafar, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're good too.
So we find it so nice hearing people's stories behind their career choices and how their application processes go, because we're also rising seniors and we're at that stage of kind of deciding on what we want to do. What inspired you to decide on a career in accounting?
I would say taking the high school course definitely helped, just getting that pre-learning experience on what I'll probably start if I do accounting in my first and second year. So just seeing how it would be like. Obviously in university it would be much more fast-paced, so what I learned I'd probably go through in around 2 weeks compared to a high school semester. But definitely taking the course and seeing how it is inspired me to be like, oh, I could go into this if I want. And that, and also financially accountants do really well, so that also is attractive to see. So,
and there's also because my school, I go to Vincent Massey, they don't have an accounting class. So it's good that you have that opportunity to do it before university. Yeah,
you get to see if that's something you want to pursue in or not. So I would say definitely the high school course for sure. Yeah.
When you say courses, what exact courses do you mean? For example, we are like science hopefuls, so we take like science related courses. Are there any prerequisites you actually have to take for university accounting, or you can go with any courses that you like?
So when I was speaking on courses, I was speaking on the courses that helped me become interested.
Okay.
Though in university there are prerequisites that you need to get an accounting degree or get towards the point where you start studying accounting. The prerequisites are you need a maths course, economics, statistics, and just an introduction to accounting, which they give you introduction to basic accounting. So those 4 would be the prerequisites that you take in university for an accounting major.
And those are taken in university?
Those are taken in university.
And
so
sorry.
Yeah. So I'm going into my first year right now. right now I'm in U1 actually. I'm not in my faculty yet because I'm still trying to debate on accounting. I still want to see like backup options as well. But for accounting, I need math, statistic, economics, and business as well. That's also another one that I forgot to mention before. So those 4 are prerequisites that I need for university. And I'm this year, so I'm taking statistics and math and economics so those are the prerequisites. I think I repeated myself.
And obviously, like, 'cause there's a lot of prerequisites for accounting. Ultimately, and there's going to be some setbacks in that, definitely, for sure. Do you face any for, like, application process? This would be in deciding your career in the first place. If you've ever like overthought your decision, or like if had any second thoughts about it, or if you had any alternate options.
I have 2 options that I would say are an alternate from accounting, or not 2, just 1, which would be business. So it's either business or accounting. I did have some second thoughts towards the end of my semester when I took my accounting exam for accounting systems, but it wasn't like I wanted to switch completely. So business is like a backup option, and if accounting doesn't really attract me as much anymore while I'm studying it, then I could lean towards business as well, because I am taking business courses as well, and the faculty I'm going into is also Asper School of Business, so I'd be in the same faculty either way.
You already have that previous experience in that.
And it's not like I'd be doing an extra year for university either, because my degree would either way take me 4 years, and the prerequisites and the courses I'm taking in my first 2 years will also help me in whichever degree I take. So I should be done in 4 years, or I may have to take a few extra classes, but I'm still on track for 4-year degree, regardless of accounting or business. So I've had second thoughts. I have leaned towards business at times.
It does. Okay, so now that you've mentioned that you're dabbling between accounting and business, so either of the two, there's always supposed to be a future prospect. So do you see yourself working in like long term in either of these fields? Where do you see yourself working, or like what businesses or what areas do you see yourself using these degrees in?
So for accounting, I've thought about it, and probably like government, so taxes and just the financial side of things. I've thought more about the future prospect of accounting, not as much of a business, because accounting is like a core essential for businesses, organizations, and that type of thing. So I've thought about the future prospect in accounting for sure. I have not thought about business, because I'm still leaning more towards accounting.
I'm sure as you were getting through high school as well, you were setting milestones, you were setting your goals for long term, like, okay, I want these grades by graduation, I want to get a scholarship, stuff like that. How are you seeing your career in accounting in the future? Are you seeing that it'll be worth it? Because I know you have backups too. Are you seeing that it's going to be more or less successful?
Well, in this day and age, the accounting competition is very competitive. So some accountants make up to maybe $500K a year maybe, and some will make like $50K a year. So it's very competitive, and it also just unfortunately considers on where you work as an accountant. So some places will just pay you more. The work itself, you should be paid how much the successful accountants are, but it is very competitive. I see myself as an accountant under either a government or a successful or well-known organization where I'd be financially stable.
What you said is really important, because you also have to be able to fend for your whatever you're doing, your family, while also like doing the thing you like. So do you have any backup plans regarding this? For example, if it doesn't eventually work out, because we all make plans, we all have our futures mapped out in our heads, but sometimes they eventually don't go the way we want them to. So do you have any backup plans regarding that?
No. If I do pursue an accounting and become an accountant, then if it doesn't work out how I planned it to be, I as a career, at that point, I would say I do not have a backup plan in that sense. I would say the backup plan is more towards studying and getting the degree on which one I want. But no, if I do not become satisfied with as an accountant, or if I'm not financially stable as I had wanted to be, I do not have a backup plan for that.
Because you just got out of high school and we're about to make our own decisions and apply for university ourselves, what advice would you give us for our application process? And if you want to share, what are some things that you thought you should have done better, or like what are some mistakes that you made, stuff like that? So
definitely apply early and know what faculty and what you want to do before. Considering if you want to go to UFM or not, yeah, definitely apply early. I think the latest deadline for you to apply is March 1st, but you can apply up until you can start by October, November. Okay. So definitely start that early. Scholarships, apply for a bunch of scholarships. You do get the entrance one that UFM gives you, but also apply for outside of entrance UFM ones, because those will help you a lot in your tuition and uni fees, because university is not as cheap as we want it to be. Yeah, as long as you know what you want to get into, apply for that early. Applying early is definitely what you want to do, and scholarships. So applying wise, that's probably the only advice I could give you guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So going down that path of accounting, we can see you're pretty much set for a career in accounting. Do you have any setbacks that you think you might face, and a way you think you can overcome them? Because like I said earlier, it doesn't always go as planned. So if anything does happen, do you have a way to address any setbacks that does happen that you envision?
And you're speaking on during university or as a career?
As a career, and also during university as well.
In university, if there are setbacks on learning how to become an accountant and what to do, I would say for overcoming them, it would just be to work harder, because I don't think I'd have any issues doing the work. I mean, not doing the work, but as in, because I'm not an official accountant, so I wouldn't actually be doing anything with numbers and all for an actual business or anything. So more setback would be trying to learn how to do it. So that's something I'd be a bit more concerned about in university. Just to overcome that would probably just be to I guess go extra overtime, learn more, dedicate a bit more time into it, and then get the hang of it. As an accountant, as a career, setbacks I think would more be workload, because especially during different seasons, there's just more financial auditing and all that, taxes.
Like the tax season.
So I think the setback would more be managing the workload. So probably just to overcome that would be probably the same thing, just work longer, harder overtime, because can't really do much during some seasons. It's hard, more work than the other. I think that's just how the field of accounting is. Sometimes you have just more things to do. Sometimes you don't. So yeah, just to work harder and spend more time would probably be how to overcome those setbacks.
And just taking things as they come, because you can't really tell now. You're not even in university yet. You're just starting that process too.
For sure.
So there's no really, you don't really know what you're getting into right now. You're just gonna have to adapt.
Learn and adapt.
Definitely having an open mind would be helpful as well.
Sure.
Yes.
Because you understand that things might not work out the way it is. You might hear about some new things that usually isn't in accounting, but then you're open to those ideas and implementing them in your ways. That's also going to be helpful.
It's also nice that you have some backup stuff for if your university classes don't work. Me personally, I don't have a backup plan right now, so I'll have to really start thinking about it more.
I think you mentioned you wanted to go into medicine, but law wasn't that.
Law is still kind of there. I have it in my schedule for my senior year, but I don't know if I want to drop it or not, because I don't have that many classes either. I kind of just want to take what I need and leave.
Yeah.
senioritis before it even happens.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming. Thank you for your insights.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
That there's a lot more to the application process, definitely, and to definitely do it early.
Yeah.
Because I'm a huge procrastinator, so
Yeah,
I really have to like
even,
concentrate.
Even if you apply on the last day, which a lot of people did, they'll still get back to you in like a month.
Okay.
So midterm. Also another thing to advise you on: make sure your semester 2 midterms are really good. Like they should, even if they're better than your final, it'll help you, because that's when they make their decision on their conditional acceptance or not. So depending on how your midterm is in your second semester will really determine their decision, and if they give you a scholarship, because their scholarships go up to like 3K. So if your midterms are bad, even if your final is better, you're not gonna get that scholarship advantage. So make sure your midterms are like really good.
Okay.
Just for that extra financial edge.
We definitely learned a lot from you, considering you're a senior, on deciding like your career paths and everything. And we love how you already have everything planned out, even though you're just stepping into the university zone. And that's it for today's episode on the Community Hour under U Multicultural. A huge shout out to them for making this episode another reality for us. And thank you for listening to our conversation.
Thank you also to Jafar for sharing his advice and insights about his university life and how his application process went. And as we're rising seniors, we also really needed that advice.